Hey friends, welcome to today's video. I hope you're having a great day, keeping really well. In today's video, I'm excited to share with you about my thoughts on Kiyosaki's book. So his book is called Rich Dad Poor Dad. I wrote an article on Medium, it gained a lot of traction, and I think a lot of people found the wisdom that Kiyosaki had very helpful. So I decided to share this article that I wrote with you guys in today's video. So in his book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, he has this diagram, which is basically the cash flow, basically to kind of show you between the poor, the middle class, and the rich. So I thought it would be really helpful to kind of share with you about what is the difference of a poor person, middle class, and rich person's cash flow, and hope that you're able to kind of look at your cash flow in a whole new way. It was eye-opening for me. So before we jump right into this video, be sure to smash the subscribe button, ring the bell notification, click that like button. It really supports me. It lets me know that you want content similar to this, and it kind of motivates me to create content similar to the content that you guys want to watch. So go ahead and smash that subscribe button. So first of all, let's look at this diagram. So you can kind of see for the poor person, usually when they kind of get money from their job, their income, then they just pay their taxes, their rent, food, and the money just comes in and goes out. So at the end of the day, they are living paycheck to paycheck. They're not better off from where they started, because they're just kind of surviving with whatever income that they receive. For the middle class person, usually when they get their money through their salary, they'll pay their liabilities. So that could be in the form of car loans, credit cards, mortgages, student loans, and then they'll pay their expenses. So these kind of like taxes, car payments, credit card payments, food, all those kind of stuff. So at the end of the day, they're kind of like the poor person as well. They have liabilities, but their asset column, nothing goes through the asset column. For the rich, I think they're the best because they have income producing asset that kind of pays them. So if they have money, first of all, through their job, it comes through the income. And then they have assets whereby they have income producing assets, be it, for example, real estate, stocks, bonds, intellectual property, all those kind of stuff, their business, their e-commerce store, whatever dividend paying investment that they have, any capital gains, all those kind of stuff pays them rental income, dividend income, royalties. So that's why the rich, are able to, even when they're not working, they could be sleeping or resting or just laying around, they still earn money because their income producing assets is paying them money, as opposed to when you look at the chart for the poor and middle class person. So the thing that I want to bring to your attention is, assets basically puts money into my pocket, liability takes money out of my pocket. So I think this is a point that Kiyosaki mentions, which is really helpful, because most people think that when they buy certain things it's an asset, but usually it's just like a liability. When they kind of keep up with, let's say, the next iPhone, keep on changing their iPhones, thinking that buying the next iPhone is an asset to them, but once it loses its value, the next one comes out, it's not really an asset because it doesn't pay you money. I think that's the concept that Kiyosaki is trying to inform his readers. So you can see all of it is highlighted because when I wrote this article, a lot of people were highlighting points that they found very helpful. So that's really encouraging to me. So Kiyosaki advocates that you pay yourself first. So when you get your salary, to pay yourself first, regardless of how much you owe your creditors in the form of like student loans or your mortgage, just to constantly pay yourself first, because that kind of gives you the discipline to prioritize paying yourself first, so that if you don't have that money, you'll find ways to pay your existing creditors. So this is the cash flow of a rich person versus a middle class person. So I think we previously discussed this chart. You can kind of see that it's very important to focus on trying to be the rich person. I think everybody wants to be the rich person, myself included. I think the goal is to kind of have money paying you, having the assets pay you money, so having income producing assets, as opposed to rather than just being reliant on one source of income. Usually it's a salary, and then paying off your liabilities, paying your expenses, but at the end of the day you have no asset column that is growing and providing you a return on your investment. So Assets can be anything from like real estate, or like REITs, dividend paying stocks, shares, bonds, loan notes, intellectual properties, whatever businesses that you have, income that you get from your freelancing, from your podcast, affiliate marketing, ads from your blogs, those kind of stuff. All those are, considered income producing assets because they pay you a return. So I think one of the takeaways that I learned from his book is to kind of be familiar with having financial literacy. Financial literacy is to kind of, have control of your money, knowing about how the money works and how to have control over your money. You don't need to, have a degree or work on Wall Street to have financial literacy. Financial literacy is to, understand what is an asset, what is a liability, and also most importantly to kind of know where your money is going. This chart is very helpful. That's why I when I took this out to write this article, I really want to emphasize that Kiyosaki really opened my mind to kind of see how money moves, and how you can, change from being just a middle class person to becoming a richer person if you know how to have control of your money. So this is a form of financial literacy, to make your money work for you. So the way that you do that is basically to build to have better cash flow management. So this could be in the form of identifying where your money goes. So having a budget, keeping track of it, and also having like a statement of like your net worth statement, so that you know where you are currently and how you can work towards getting out of the red. So cash flow management, be it like refinancing your existing debt, with a lower interest rate, cutting out unnecessary expenses. So to also be, buying and building assets as opposed to liabilities. So, building assets that provide you a return, not just buying those kind of liabilities that doesn't provide you a return, So like buying a car when you could, rather use that money to invest into your business. So that would be like an example. So high income leads to higher taxes, especially when you earn more. You realize you'll be penalized more in terms of like the amount of taxes that you pay. So whatever money that you earn more is being inevitably reverted back to the government. Focus on building income generating assets, rather than buying things that people consider assets but end up being liabilities. So building this income generating asset. So having a rich mindset is very important, especially when you start this journey. The one thing that Kiyosaki taught me was that that if you want to have to get ahead, you need to have a rich mindset in terms of your thinking, finding new ways how you can grow your money. So the key takeaway that I've learned from him is to add value to people. So when you add value to people, when you produce something of value, when you can help people, you actually, that inevitably puts you in a favorable position because you're producing value to people. That's how you earn money, because you're contributing, you're helping people, and people are able to benefit from what you're providing them. So the next one is to also focus on being a producer rather than a consumer. Producer, that means producing something, not just consuming content, but producing something. If you have the skill set and the talent where you can produce content, or produce a product, or like a physical product, or a digital product, that can help other people. The next one is to build and buy income producing assets. So buying existing business, or building a business, or building your own blog, or your own content, or your own podcast, or your own channel, whatever that may be. And also lastly, to focus on being aware and having control of your cash flow. So where your money is going in, and how you can grow your money and cut your expenses as well. So I think at the end of the day, what I've learned from Kiyosaki's book is eye-opening, especially when you look at this chart where he talks about this cash flow, because you can kind of see when you have control of, when you know what is going on, where your money is going to, you can take proactive action to kind of remedy the situation if you're not in a position where you want to be right now. At the end of the day, the goal is not to just have all this kind of knowledge, to have financial literacy so that you can be the smartest person with the top supercomputer in your brain, but it's so that you can use the knowledge that you have to help other people, add value to other people, and you benefit yourself because you can apply the knowledge that you learn. So yeah, that's basically it from me today. So thank you so much again for watching this video. I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know down in the comments below if you have any questions. I'm going to include down in the description below Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. So if you're interested in learning more about about how the rich manage their money or reading his book, definitely do check the link down in the description below. Thank you so much again, guys. Be sure to smash the subscribe button, ring the bell notification, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.